round 5. No, sorry, yeah, round 5. I've forgot already. Round 4, season 5, round 4. There we go. Got it eventually. In China. So I'm here by myself this week. Unfortunately, I guess nobody wants to speak to me. That's fair enough. But ooh, it's raining. Ooh, this is gonna be exciting already. Let's see what everyone... it looks like Inter's conditions, and it probably will stay like this throughout the session. Let's just find out if it's going to be a wet race, because if it is, that's going to throw a few spanners in the works. I'm not too sure how many people actually practice in the wet, but yeah, we will find out. So it doesn't seem like there's a mad rush to get out on track straight away. So let's just set everything up and see. Yep, so it is going to be Inter's. So, how is everybody doing this evening? Good? You're watching the race. Like, tell me what your predictions, what predictions you think there are going to be. Like who's going to get pole or who's going to win the race. So it looks like we have got one driver finally out of the pits, which is going to be Showen. So let's just ride on board with Showen. Let's just see how he gets on for a bit. Does look horrible conditions out there. I do not envy any one of these drivers at the moment. But ooh, so it's going to be a rainy quali, and then it's going to dry a little bit on the end, and then rain at the start of the race, and dry on the end. Cheers, Rick15. Don't know who that is, but thank you for that information. So me personally, I say Duty's going to get pole, and I say Waits he's going to win the race. So well, let's just have to wait out. We'll have to wait and see. But let's go on board with Showen for this lap, and let's see what he does. If any of you are listening that are in the race at the moment, if you do bin it in the race, just send me a message and I'll invite you to the party. Alright? Going on to the first lap with Showen, he's going to brake just before the 50-meter board, tries to get as close to the inside curb as possible. Best thing you want to do is kind of touch it. This car's kind of understeering away from him mid-corner, but it's getting back under control. I'm guessing he's going to go for multiple runs. He's not sure shifting the gears to minimise the wheel spin. So, looks like it's a little bit snappy at the rear at the moment. And as he's the first one, he has gone purple. Big lock up. That's not going to help him in terms of the lap time. But coming on towards the middle of sector 2. Hate this corner in the wet. It is absolutely dreadful. And this one. But looks all neat and tidy at the moment. Through here, he's trying to try and not track extend, keeps it within the limits, beautiful to see. Purple again. Not a lot of short shifting. I'm quite surprised. We'll go on board with some other drivers and we'll see if they're short shifting quite a lot to minimise that wheel spin in the wet. Maybe Showen knows something that I don't. But coming down, he's braking. Just seems like he was braking just before the 100-meter board. So obviously, these wet conditions are going to become really tricky. Ooh! Down 2 gears into the corner. Take as much to the right as you can, and up to the line. So you got a 54.3. So it looks like Duty might be the next to cross the line. So let's see how the race winner from last week gets on. Ooh, nearly loses the rear of the car, and it's going to be a 43.9, so 2 tenths off. The all-man Barry up next across the line. Nearly invalidates. Really, really lucky. And goes P2, so beats Duty. Kills next up across the line. Kills goes P4. And Kieran jumps into P4. So Prachigram goes into P6. Back marker's just starting a lap. Same as Beef. So these guys really not backing up. Trunders goes into P6 now. So there's a lot of P6 going on. Corey across the line, P4. So Sequim's invalidated. Let's see how Mr. P6 gets on. Oh, nice. Use of the apex. Up to the line. 42. 43-2. Fastest of anyone. Or Mr. Wait to see. Wesley Santana up to the line. P6 as well. So a lot of people going for that P6 position. Maybe Waits, he's been telling them a thing or two about the position. Maybe it's mystical fortunes, but we'll have to wait and see. Shown on his second run. Does improve, so 43-0. ET on his first run. 11th. Duty Jench. Oh, don't know how that's not invalidation, but it's not going to be fast enough. So let's see how people get on. Also, Corey's retired from the set. Oh, Corey's bend it. Ooh, as I think it was that Kills? Yeah, Kills going into P3. Taking that position back from Old Man Barry. Back markers at the rear, stepping out on him. It's really unfortunate. Goes in the P7 as Beef goes in the P9. So obviously he's getting really hampered by sitting behind back marker. I would have just backed off instead of going straight away from another run, but never know. Stu 86 OG, or the man of many gamer tags, across the line P12. And so Quinniff into P6. So the man that's recently gone to no traction and manual gears, really putting in the work to getting those lap times as Dominic goes into 5th. As looks like both Mercedes are pits. Who's that on the lap? Santana? Santana improved just slightly though, but not enough. So showing up next across the line. And Showing goes even faster. So the TUF1 driver into UF2, showing the pace in the wet, so everyone's going to be looking towards that lap time to try and cut down. TT improves by 6 tenths, only puts him 14th. Jags up next, he's not going to be improving. So, how many tyres do you get in the wet? 3 sets of inters? So, with 9 minutes left in the session, no one out on new tyres at the moment. It's going to be interesting to see if anyone decides to whack on a new set. And Corey was up half a second. Oh, God. Yeah, that would have put you faster than Showing. Happen, man. So, is anyone's Stu's up next? Believe so. Nearly invalidation. Looks like he's really struggling in these conditions. It looks like a lot of the drivers are, to be fair. But Dominic pits. And I think Santana's going to pit as well. Max on a lap. That's Showing's on an in lap. TT's invalidated. Jags is on a lap. So we'll stay on with Jags and see what he can do. As TT kindly gets out of the way for him. Very fair, respectable driving here. Gotta really take as much of that inside curb as possible, man. That's how you maximise the lap time. And it improves by 7 tenths, puts him up in P8. So Ferrari's currently on the 4th row of the grid. I think so. Kills in the coming in. Yeah, so Kills is pitting. So Prokogram's going in a lap at the moment. Let's follow him and see what he does. So the man currently down in 18th place. The only person behind him is CH55 Max, who's yet to set a lap. Nursing the car through the corners. A little bit of a lock up from him. That's nothing that's going to worry him at the moment in time. It looks like he's really struggling for traction on the exit. Doesn't look like the rain's easing off though, and he's up by 2 tenths. Sorry about that. So he's up by 2 tenths. So he's found 2 tenths in the middle sector, first sector, sorry. But he's needed to go and find a lot of time as Mr. Shea Bentel's pilot finally decides to join us. So 8 minutes late, but yeah, he's there. Is he going to do what his teammate did and bin it as well? Looks like he's really struggling in these conditions, just nursing the car around. How many meerkats left? Is he going to have connection issues again? We will wait and see. So Prokogram's up by 5 tenths, so nearly half a second up. So still finding his time on this lap. All the rear end just slowly moving away from him. Now he's on the power. Oh! Just ran a little bit too far over the curb and nearly lost the rear. It's not what you want to see. Coming down into the braking zone, a little bit of a lock up. Hey, oh, let's go. Into the final corner, it's got to be really committed. So he's really struggling on that turn in. But up to the line, improves by a second, doesn't change his position. It's really unfortunate. Let's go on board with Waits here. Let's see how Waits he's getting on in the rain. So, P6, Mr. P6, sorry, in P2 at the moment, up by 2 tenths in the first sector, so he's found a good chunk of time. The rain does look like it's stopped, so in terms of inters conditions, like I think when it stops raining, it's probably the best time where you find the most time on the inters. The only question is it going to dry up quick enough for these drivers to get a run in? And if it's going to start raining at the beginning of the race, what way are you going to go? It looks like there's a little bit of a dry line forming, but it's up by 4 tenths. It's gone purple in the middle sector compared to Showen. So, at the moment, Mr. P6 is going to be on P1 if he doesn't bottle it. Short shifting all the way around the long right-hander. Obviously, DRS is not enabled at this moment in time. Santana down in 11th. Let's see if he can find some more time in a bit. Nice and tiny in the corner, up 1 gear shortly. Oh, he's just heard the wheel spinner on the exit as he put down the power a little bit too early. He's going to run out a little bit wide. Up to the line though. Is he going to improve? He does improve, but he's lost 3 tenths. Oh, that's really unfortunate. And Dominic's coming out in the softs. Or he's just putting them on. So Showen's not improving at this moment in time. So Quiniff's invalidated. PT's putting on the mediums. Interesting decision call. Don't think it's going to work because it's a little bit too wet at the moment. Yeah, Mini Cat looks like he's having severe connection issues. Kieran loses the rear end. That's going to cost him chunks of time. Up to the line, does improve, puts him into 15th place, improves by 2 tenths. So let's go on board with Dom Lee. or Domi Lee. See how he's doing on the softs. Still looks too wet. Yeah, look, he's really struggling for traction. Kills doesn't improve. Barry pits. His weight's going to improve. No, he pits. So I think that's the end of qualifying for them. They're not going to be able to get back out in time to do another run. How's Santana doing? Santana is a tenth and a half up at the moment in the middle sector. Big lock up into the penultimate hairpin. Nice and early on the traction. Good use of the gears. Into the final corner. Doesn't use much of the track on the exit. Puts the power down. Big jump up by him. A 6/10 improvement. Puts him up into P6. As Shea goes into P7. So the guy that joins late jumps up by long standards. Kills. Doesn't improve. As Kieran pits as well. So Waitsy has retired, so is he going to keep that P2? That is the real question. Showing across the line, start his final run. Max up to the line, P9 pushes Gwyneth out of the top 10. Are we going to see pole from Domino? Ooh, Kills really losing the rear end at the moment. Beef's invalidated. The 3.5 improvement puts Jags into P7. Good lap from him. Tommy Lee into the first sector. Yeah, he's 2 seconds down. Way too early on the softs. Santana only up by a bit. And doesn't improve, but he's going to have enough time to complete this last run. Who was that? Oh, that was Shea. Off the track. Is he retiring? Pretty sure you get disqualified for doing this. Kills in the pit. So everyone warming up for the final run. Showen's... So Showen was on a lap. Doody hampered him. Are we going to see that in the stewards later? Showen doesn't improve, but I think that cost him enough. So Oman Barry doesn't improve. Beef's invalidated, so Quinniff's just invalidated. Jags is up by a 10. Currently it put him into P5, so really good position for the Ferrari driver. And pits, okay. So for some reason decides not to continue on. So Parakigram currently sat in last place. But weird position for two McLarens to be in. The Parakigram up to the line. Wow, improves by nearly a second up in the P15. Stu next to cross the line. P15 as well for him. Mini Meerkat into 14th. Trunders just a little bit up on the time. Don't know how that wasn't in the validation. Stays 18th. So Sir Quinniff has invalidated. Doody's up by, but not a lot. and doesn't improve. So Schoen is looking good to be on pole position. TT is struggling like hell. And I think that's going to put it... I think that's going to be the end of qualifying. So, just seemed like it was a little bit too early on those softs. I'm quite interested to know how much Schoen would have improved if Duty had not impeded him in the final corner on his last flying lap. Surprised he wasn't spiteful and just blocked off Duty for the whole lap, but yep, each their own. But as the grid for the Chinese Grand Prix of TUF2 round 4 is Schoen, wait, see, Olman Barry, Duty Gench. So that's Olman Barry's best qualifying actually, so congrats to him. Kills in P5, Santana in P6, Jags in P7, Batmarker in P8, Shea Bentos Pie, who joined, I think, did 2 runs in P9, Domi Lee in P10, CH55 Max in 11th, Beefstuck in 12th, so Quinniff in 13th, Minimeerkat in 14th, TUF Meredith after betting it in 15th, Stu86 in 16th with the other McLaren in 17th, Trunders in 18th, MVP Kieran in 19th, and then to round it out, we got TT in the last position. So, if it's going to be a wet start, let's see. Let's see what happens. Ooh, don't know if you heard that noise, but sorry. So, as said before, we have conditions again. So, I think, off the top of my head, I think the Inters can do 15 or 16 laps, I think, pretty easily. But it is a 28 lap race, I believe, off the top of my head. So we'll have to wait and see what people decide to do. It will be interesting to see if it does dry up fairly quickly when people decide to pit, and especially for what tyre. So, normally at this time of the show, I would normally talk to someone about what the strategy would be, but as I've got no one here, what do you think the strategy is going to be? Oh, it's dry tyres. So, obviously, it's not that wet for them to be on the wet tyres. So, that's really interesting to see, actually. So, whilst I just sip some more beer. Let's have a look what people... So, all my Barry's on softs. So is Max. And Kieran's gone for the hards. That's interesting. Obviously, the medium is probably the... So, I would say that's probably... Everyone on mediums has done the right thing. As well as Kieran on the hards. I'm a little bit unsure about the softs. Only because they only go like 5 or 6 laps. So, very interesting to see. So, let's just see it. If he's struggling at all. It doesn't. Personally, I would have preferred to go on the Inters. Like, wait, these rain lights flashing. Doesn't look like it is the nicest of conditions. But if the game's telling you mediums are faster, or the dries are faster, obviously they clearly are. It's unfortunate that you can't take a gamble in this game, and you can't actually stick on wet tyres, I believe, even if it's dry at the beginning of a race. I'm surprised if that was the case. It would have been interesting to see if anyone in the bottom 10 took that option. Ooh, Kieran. So there is a big gaggle of cars at the moment. Backmarker's backing up his own pack. Corey's doing the same. And Trunders is doing the same as well. So apparently the predicted strategy is a 2-stop. But I'm pretty sure no one's going to listen to that and everyone's going to go for the 1-stop. Apart from maybe Old Man Barry. But coming to the grid now, let's wait for the start and let's see what happens. So it looks like we are just waiting for Shea Bentos Pie at the moment to form up on the grid, and then we'll be all ready to go for 20 laps, 28 laps of this Chinese Grand Prix. Ooh. 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights for the Chinese Grand Prix.